Blackpink is the one with Jennie, right?
Yeah.
I do like Jennie.
Do you like her so? No.
I don't know any of your music. I just like Jennie.
Yeah, she's the first member of Blackpink to release a solo release. ROSÉ is the second member of Blackpink.
Gotcha.
Hi, my name's Raffi, and I've been studying. Oh, sorry, no. Hi, my name's Raffi, and I'm a baritone. I've been studying. You can't laugh. If you laugh, I lose it.
I'm sorry. I like laughing.
Awkward.
I hate introductions. They take me so long. Hi, I'm Raffi, and I am a baritone. I have been studying classical music and musical theater for about 3 years, but I've been singing my whole life.
Hello, I'm Sam. Hello, I'm Sam. I am a vocal Hello, I'm Sam. I'm a vocal performance major. I've been studying vocal performance at Eastman for 2 years, and I like to sing. I've been doing it my whole life. Cool.
110
I just saw
million
that.
views.
Look how many likes there are.
7.3. Is this?
Yep.
She be killing.
She'd be killing.
She'd
I
be
could go
killing.
for some rosé right now. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, damn, you should be drinking rosé while listening to rosé.
That's
What are
so
we doing?
smart.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
I did not plan this out. I'm so sorry.
Here, let me bring out my rosé that I have most.
One little boost to the surface later.
Also, before we dive in, she had the option to perform the song in Korean or English, whatever language, and she decided to perform it in English because she wanted to go that route.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Only in English. She's our Australian girl.
Australian.
Oh,
Australian.
Wow.
She's Australian.
might.
Might.
Ready, mate?
Alrighty.
Ready, Mike?
Let's, are you, 3, 2, 1. What is that?
A comet.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, whoa.
Fire. Elegant.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, the chandelier's falling.
Magic seems fantastic. I used to have a hole in the wall with a mattress. Funny when you want it, suddenly you have it. You find out that your goal's just plastic. Every day, every night, I've been thinking back on you and I. Every day, every night.
Taylor Swift.
I work my whole
yeah.
life just to get right, just to be like.
Oh, I love it.
Never coming down. I work my whole
No.
life just to get high, just to realize everything I need is on the, everything I need is on
Oh. They ended that chorus with a passing tone, on the passing tone.
everything I need is on the ground. They don't hear me though. Yeah, what goes up must come down. They don't hear me though. You're running out of time. My world's been hectic, seems electric, but I've been waking up with your voice in my head, and I'm trying to send a message and let you know that every single minute I'm without you, I regret it. Every day, every night.
It's interesting that they did do collabs with like Selena Gomez and stuff like that, because it definitely has like a pop music feel, you know what I'm saying? Like this chorus, you mentioned Taylor Swift, it sounds very similar to that like structure.
Just to get high, just to realize everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the,
Oh.
Oh, that's, the comet just landed.
That synth effect is like,
Yeah.
it's what's making it unique for me from what
Yeah.
we've normally heard.
Yeah. I also noticed that there's effects on the vocals that you'd
Yeah.
hear, that you wouldn't necessarily hear in, or I think you wouldn't necessarily hear in like Korean or like K-pop. There's like a reverb to it.
so far from you now, but I figured it out. Everything I need is on, everything I need is on the ground.
Oh, thank you.
She flipped, she mixed and came back down.
She did it. That was pretty nice. Oh, what is happening to the...
Everything I need is on the ground.
Oh, wow. Was the chorus always like that, where it was like bum, 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 bum? Interesting.
I'm gonna dive back in and just double check that real quick.
Yeah, because the first time they did the chorus, I noticed that they did like bum, 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 bum. But that time they did like bum, 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 bum. Let me check really quick, because like when it was like everything I needed on the ground, it was like the synth on the bottom was like bum, 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 which that's really cool. I don't know what I heard. I just some small alterations that just made it sound very unique.
Get right just to be like. Look at me, I'm never coming down. I'll work my
Minor 4, yeah,
life just
were 1.
just to realize. Everything I need is on the. Everything I need is on.
Yeah, that was the passing tone. That was the bum, bum, bum,
Can you
bum.
explain to those who don't know what passing tones are what that is?
When you think of like songs or chord structures, you think, okay, how are these two chords related? I'm trying to think of an example. Do you mind if I play really quick? Because it's very hard to explain without
Yeah,
like the
with this
keyboard.
works.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the essence of passing tones is to create tension within your sort of chord progression while also maintaining the integrity of your chord progression, essentially. So like let's say we have like these two chords. Like how can we get from here to here? Because if we want to like, it's kind of like adding spices. If you look at this D chord and this E minor chord within that chord progression, this is just an example. This isn't in the actual song, but if you have like, you notice that these are seconds away from each other. So something that you could do to make it sound a little bit more spicy is, because you use sort of the 5 of 5 to go from here to here, but in order to make it still sound like D, all you have to do is, rather than going to here, you can just like go up the half steps. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how, that's sort of the basics of passing tones, but they add flavor to your chord progressions.
Can you play what they did in this song?
And then it's like, but it's kind of, I guess it isn't actually a passing tone because it's going from here to here, but it's going back.
Yeah,
So
doesn't it go back to tonic right
yeah,
after?
it
It's
goes
like they
right
go
back to tonic.
what could be a passing
Yeah.
chord, but then it just like doesn't move up, it just goes back to tonic.
Yeah, because what it makes it kind of sound like, because it makes it sound like, oh, I want to go right here, but because it's staying right here, it's creating a whole lot of tension in the final moments of your pre-chorus to sort of lure you in. So it's kind of using your pre-knowledge of passing tones to be like, oh, okay, my intuition tells me it wants to go from here to here, or from here to here, so that way we can go right here into our chorus, because as soon as we go here, you notice that the chorus, because it's in major, is this very triumphant sounding, very big sounding, especially with the sort of the instrumentation. It's just a very large sound.
Right.
But because it's going right here, and something interesting that I think it does is that the affect of it is not just very simple with its guitar, but it does it, rather than holding it out or doing something like that, it does it on each 4 beats to say, oh, maybe this next beat, it'll resolve,
Yeah.
but it never does. So it creates all this tension, and all of a sudden we go back into one without actually having a 5.
I went back, side note, there might be a 5.
To realize everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the ground.
Oh,
1, 5, 1.
because it was like,
Yeah.
oh,
but that,
wow. Oh, that is a 5. I think what I said still can hold weight though,
okay, so
because
it is a passing tone because there were at least a tone.
yeah, because it still is leading there.
Yeah, but it's just played like it so quickly.
Yeah, what's really interesting too is that because it's hidden, it still has the satisfaction of a 5, while still sort of beckoning us into the chorus. So it kind of achieves both affects of having a dominant there while not having a dominant there. So that's some pretty stellar composition skills.
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
That's what the people want.
That's what they need.
That's what they need.
What just happened? I definitely want to touch on her vocal technique. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about with this song?
Oh, well, the lyrics. I mean, I'm really grateful it was in English. I would have loved it if it was in Korean too. Yeah, that hit me just like that all I need is on the ground. Whew. I don't know.
Is this something you can relate to?
Yeah, and I think especially right now as things are getting really busy, or just being I think any performer in general, any artist could relate to that. Yeah, you spend your whole life chasing things and then you realize like what's really important, I guess. That's what I'll say.
Let's talk a little bit more about her vocal technique. Let's dive into the bridge.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Up in the clouds, they say I made it now, but I figured it out. Everything I need is on the ground. Just drove by your house, so far from you now, but I figured it out. Everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the ground. Everything I need is on the ground, but they don't hear me though. But they don't hear me though. Everything I need is
Something that I just noticed with her technique is that, I don't know if you caught this, but when she was going into the lows of that bridge, you could sort of hear almost like a roundness to that sound. Whereas when, especially when she goes higher, it's a very just, it's, I don't know what the word is. It escapes me right now. But I just noticed how when she was going down, it almost sounded like, it almost had like a breathier texture or a breathier affect. So that way it could sound almost comforting in that sort of sound. So that way when she went up, it was enormous and glorious. That was sort of my first reaction to it. And that thought kind of stuck in my head during the entire 30 seconds that we just listened to that.
Yeah, I think what makes the ascent so effective is that through the whole thing, I think there's a, how we would describe as like a collapsed soft palate. So in the back, towards the back of your throat, like what we call like the pharynx, you have the soft palate. It's like the squishy part of your mouth at the top. And like in opera or classical music, like people want it to be lifted and that makes it sound like this. But through the whole piece, we're hearing a collapsed soft palate. And then as she ascends, she still keeps that collapsed soft palate, which usually you wouldn't be able to ascend with, because as the soft palate lifts, the larynx lowers, and that allows you to achieve a higher range. But what's unique here is with the belting, that soft palate stays collapsed, and then on that all I need is, on is, she releases, and it's just falsetto. So what you're expecting to be not clenched or grabbed in a bad way, but just you're expecting it to be like a clenched belt. On that note, it releases. And it's like a millisecond, but you see how effective the voice can be when you know just what to do in what second. Yeah. And there's the vocal fry really wasn't, there wasn't a lot of vocal fry. I think it was just on the onsets, which is why it kind of sounded like Taylor Swift to me.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a specific way that Taylor approaches singing melodies that?
Yeah, and it might just be straight tone too. Like it's a mix between, but it wasn't like she was singing through the vocal fry, which people tend to do. Yeah, it was unique.
By onset, do you mean how she attacks notes?
Yeah, how she starts the phrase. A lot of singers too in pop music have started the glottal attack at end of phrases. So like, I don't know how you would, I don't know, like something, but just like do re mi, yep, yep, yep. Like that's a glottal attack. But she's finding a way to just stop the phonation without giving the sound.
Okay, yeah. Have any thoughts, or that can be the end?
I loved the lyrics. I'm gonna be listening to this quite a bit.
Yay.
Yeah,
This was very good.
timely.
Really enjoyed it.